I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday.
No, you're going to Alaska. It's in the United States.
We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal.
I agree. It's a very big deal that you don't know whether you're meeting America's #2 enemy, your #1, on US soil or on the enemy soil. I think that's a very big deal. But he did get the date right. So there's that. Tomorrow, Vladimir Putin steps foot on US soil for the first time in almost a decade. Putin, by the way, has an ICC arrest warrant out for war crimes that happened in Ukraine. Unlawful deportation and transfer of Ukrainian children, which is a nice way to say kidnapping kids. So he's like enemy #2 to America, and he's wanted by the ICC, so why are the US rolling out the red carpet for him? Especially on land that previously belonged to Russia. And we all know how Putin feels about former Russian territories, right? For all the reasons above, critics on the left and right are saying simply granting him access to this meeting on US soil is already a win for Putin. But the L's keep coming. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff only has one job. That's to go meet with foreign officials and report back to the president. Meet with officials and report back. And he can't even do that right. See, he misunderstood his meeting in Moscow with Putin. He thought that they were willing to pull forces out of 2 key areas in Ukraine in exchange for total control of another area. What sounded like a huge win was really a misunderstanding, probably because Witkoff used the Kremlin's own interpreters for this meeting. I'm sure there's no conflict of interest there. But this misread didn't just confuse Witkoff, it confused the media, and it probably also confused Trump's negotiation strategy, because the walkbacks didn't stop there. First, they were making promises that this summit would land in a deal. From making promises like giving up Ukraine's land, to going from not speaking to Zelensky to, oh yeah, of course, we're gonna give him a call before and after, but never inviting him to the meeting. These people don't know what they're doing. The White House has gone from, we'll get a deal, to,
this is a listening exercise for the president.
Listening exercise. You think he's coming out all this way for a listening exercise? And even further, now, morning of the eve of the meeting, Trump says, I don't think we'll get an immediate ceasefire. So let me get this straight. He brags and boasts on the campaign trail. Oh, this would have never happened under my watch. I'll get this solved day 1.
I said, Vladimir, you're not going in.
To now a listening exercise? But this totally competent administration still thinks they're playing hardball. They're threatening severe consequences if Putin doesn't budge on a deal. But we know what he wants. Let's be clear. Trump may want to negotiate land swaps, but that's exactly what Putin wants. That's the whole point of this war for him. There are no concessions really to be made on his side for doing so. Zelensky has already said Ukraine will not agree or stop fighting for some land swaps. Trump might have known that if he spoke to Zelensky about this. What this amounts to is a propaganda show for Putin and posturing for Trump, who seems to be really obsessed with getting a Nobel Peace Prize recently. I mean, like, did Biden get one? Did Obama get one? They probably did. That's probably why he's obsessed. With all of this backpedaling, one thing is for sure. If you're starting conversations extra confident, oh, we'll get this deal done, I'm great at peace, and the eve becomes, oh, let's hear him out, you're not dictating the terms. You're chasing them. So congratulations to the 78 million people that voted for this dweeb. You got played.